Hello everyone and welcome back. In the last episode you saw me working on the sketch and the first layer of this painting, and I took you behind the scenes to show you how I create the composition for these paintings, and I showed you some first details. I worked on the table and on the fabric here on top of the painting, and I'm going to take you every step of the way in creating this masterpiece. I will be working on some more fabrics today. I'm going to start with the fabric here that's draped over the table over here. And there's more fabric over here, so I have to finish that too, because I always work from back to front. And I hopefully find some time to paint some flowers in the background as well. So as you can see, it's a big canvas and I still have a lot of work ahead of me, so let's get started. Alright, here we go. I need to mentally prepare myself a little, because I know this is going to take quite a lot of time. I'm starting by building the folds of the fabric, adding the shadows and highlights so the drapery sits correctly. I'm not refining the details yet. Just like with the previous cloth, I begin by laying down the basic patterns with a simple single color. This pattern is incredible. It even has a little bird woven into it, which fits perfectly with the entire theme of this painting. I hope you enjoy watching this part, because it really does take a long time to paint. Be glad you're seeing it in a time lapse, otherwise you will be sitting here next week. Yes, you need a huge amount of patience for this kind of work, but I'm completely focused on the final result, and honestly I can't wait. This is going to add so much to the painting. I always loved the work of the old masters with their gorgeous textiles and richly patterned fabrics. That's exactly what I'm trying to bring into this piece as well. Before I'm going to show you the final touches on painting this rug, I wanted to show you the original rug, which I used as a reference, and that's this one. And as you can see, it's beautiful, and it's a slightly different color tone red, but it's beautiful, ornate, but it's incredibly complex. Even though I'm a realist painter, I don't want to overwhelm the viewer with too much information, especially in a piece that's this large. You really have to control where the eye goes. And that's why painting these fabrics are a bit complex and tricky, because you paint them just enough to make them feel real, but not so much that they will compete with the main subjects of this painting. For example, I painted the darker side of this rug way more simplified and softer than the other parts. Did the same thing with the rug above this painting in the corner, which is way more in the back, in the background, because your eye naturally will go to parts that are very detailed and sharp. And if you do that everywhere, the viewer wouldn't know where to look anymore at the painting, because everything is claiming too much attention. So I really have to balance that accuracy and restraint. And now the last section of fabric. Fortunately, it's not very large, and since I'm already fully in the flow, I'm just going to finish this one as well. I'm not completely sure yet how I'll handle the lightning and highlights here, so for now I'm keeping it fairly simple. So I'm finally finished with all the fabrics in this painting, so that's it for this stage. And I really enjoyed painting them, and with all the details and all the layers and patterns, and it really took a lot of time and patience, but I really loved how they turned out. And I didn't get to the flowers, of course. I spent a lot more time on the fabrics than I originally planned. But I actually am happy that I'm going to paint something different than fabric in the next episode. I'm really happy with all the progress I'm making on this painting, and I'm very excited to work on some different elements in the next episodes. I will be starting with those flowers in the background, and I'm going to work on the first real elements here on this table, and I will be working on this section right here with the fruits. I know there's still a lot of work ahead of me. I can't wait to share everything with you guys, so I hope to see you in the next one.